hopefully it hurts to leave, because that's a sign that you have loved the place and loved the people there. The Provincial has missioned me to be the Senior National Chaplain with the Fellowship of Catholic University Students, also known as FOCUS. FOCUS engages in college evangelization. They send missionaries out to work with college students, introducing them to a relationship with Christ and teaching them to go out to their friends, their classmates, and engage in the work of evangelization themselves. This is my 7th year at Jesuit. It's the longest I've been at one Jesuit school in my life. And then I've been involved with FOCUS for 11 years now. There's a certain congruence between what we do in the Society of Jesus and what FOCUS does. Because the Jesuits, at their heart, are about evangelization. Our constitutions are all about evangelization. Furthermore, our spirituality contained within the spiritual exercises is one which really helps FOCUS missionaries understand how God is working in their lives and turn that into a zeal for souls. So I look forward to taking what I've learned in my Jesuit life and putting that into play for the help of the missionaries within FOCUS.
I think a characteristic of Jesuit and a characteristic of FOCUS it's very similar, it's the same, is the emphasis on preparing young people for the rest of their lives. My name is Ben Guerra. I was a class of 2013 at Jesuit High School. I spent 2 years as a FOCUS missionary after college at Texas A&M University, and then spent a year as team director at Texas State University, also as a FOCUS missionary. And this year I just moved back to New Orleans, and I'm working as a mechanical engineer at Intralux. This place definitely instilled this idea in me that AMDG, right? But like for the greater glory of God, but to do all things well and to do them for the purpose of glorifying God. But also just because it's good to do something well and to do it right and to be disciplined about it. Jesuit has this mission of preparing young men to be men for others. And that goes beyond, yeah, it's a college preparatory school, but it goes beyond. And you can see that on the influence in the city. FOCUS is the same thing. I think FOCUS, it's meant to impact the people, students on college campuses, but it's also meant to impact the families that they lead, the businesses that they run, and the parishes that they go off to after college. And so I think they both have that missionary zeal, especially for the formation of young people.
I've got to see Ben over a long period of time, watch him grow and develop from high school student, college student, to a man out in the working force trying to do good in the world. Ben's a good representative of FOCUS because he has a zeal and a love for souls.
What's my favorite thing about Father Dyer? Father Dyer, my favorite thing about Father Dyer is just the way he's just willing to be goofy and just willing to meet you where you're, like to hang out with you. Like he's really just willing to be a normal guy. And yeah, he's, I mean, a great spiritual leader, but he's willing also to sit down and be your friend and, be both a friend and a guide in your life. So yeah, he's been a great influence on me for sure.
I remember it was rush day, and in the Commons they had the booth set up for sodality. And I met Father Dyer, I shook his hand, and I could just see the cheer and personality in his eyes, and he was just very welcoming, which drew me to joining sodality. My name is Dalton Haydell, and I'm a junior here at Jesuit. I'm involved in politics and pastries, I'm a co-founder, sodality, mock trial, pro-life club, cross-country, track, student council, French club, you name it. In sodality, I'm the director of spiritual development, which means I oversee the spiritual pillar of the organization. One of my favorite memories of Father Dyer is very recent. It was on our junior Kairos retreat. Father Dyer was our small group leader, so we were having a lot of philosophical discussions. And I asked Father Dyer, how do I know what God's plan for me is? Or what am I here to do? Like, what career path, what school path would be best for me? And he said, you really need to reflect on it, but the one question you should ask yourself is, what can I do in my life that most glorifies God? And that really stuck with me, and I've been asking myself that question, and God's plan for me has become a little more vivid.
Jesuit High School has always put its mission at the heart of what it does and only tries to improve. What you have is an entire community of people, faculty, students, parents, alums, community members, who, when they hear Jesuit High School, they know what that organization is about.
Jesuit has truly changed my life for the better. I've grown in so many different ways. I've become more compassionate. I've become more open-minded. I've become, I challenge myself more. I've become more the man who God wants me to be.
One of the reasons that I feel I can move on is because the school is in such good hands. And what Father Brown has done for Jesuit High School during his time here, first as a teacher, then as part of the staff, and now as president, has been to focus Jesuit High School as a community founded on faith. And I think the future is really bright with him at the helm, and I'll miss working with him here and living in the same community.
I've known Father Dyer for about 20 years now. My name is Father John Brown. I'm the president of Jesuit High School. Father Dyer and I were taking a Jesuit history course in Denver with all of the Jesuit novices in the country. And it was pretty clear that we clicked early on. We were both raised on farms. We both had a similar sense of humor. We both liked to play the guitar on the side. So we connected pretty quickly. First of all, Father Dyer loves New Orleans. I don't know a whole lot of Midwesterners who have learned to shuck oysters like Father Dyer has. You know, he loves Mardi Gras. He loves the people here, and the people here love him back. And I think that that's a great asset to the school to have a man here who really loves this place.
I can sum up my favorite thing about Jesuit and about New Orleans in the same image, and that is walking down St. Charles Avenue on the Friday before Mardi Gras, talking to Jesuit families that are out there along the route, hanging out, having a good time. Because it's there you experience that community that is founded on faith and that builds each other up. And it's a community that can celebrate the things that are truly good in life. And it's that sense of community that I like most, both about Jesuit and about the city of New Orleans.
Say it's parade season for Mardi Gras, right? And so Father Dyer is the one who's going to be out there with us, shucking oysters and char grilling for us while we're out on the parade route, you know?
Father Dyer has a lot of passion, a lot of energy, enthusiasm for what he does. He's really just a man to look up to.
In the very earliest days of the COVID outbreak, Jesuit High School and all the high schools were closed down, so we weren't allowed to have classes here in person. A lot of teachers had to go online, work very hard to do a good job doing that. Father Dyer is the chaplain, so his whole world revolved around in-person activities that had to be done. So when Father Dyer learned that in the hospital nearby at Tulane, there were chaplains that couldn't report to work, or they were, let's say they were elderly chaplains who were worried about their health. Well, Father Dyer immediately asked, can I go? Can I go help at the hospital? I'm young enough. I don't have any work to do at the high school like I used to have. Can I go and work there? So obviously, you know, we got permission from the provincial to be able to do that work. And I just know that Father Dyer understands that, you know, what else is a Jesuit's life good for than to spend it in service of God and neighbor. And there was Father Dyer on the front lines in a time where we didn't know how deadly this could be. We didn't know how long this would last. Father Dyer volunteered right up front, put me in. This is what I'm here for.
Hopefully it hurts to leave, because that's a sign that you have loved the place and loved the people there. God gives us new challenges. He gives us new missions, and they're meant to bring us closer to Him. And so embracing the next challenge can only lead you that step closer.
I try not to pray for too many, selfish things. I try not to pray for too many things that affect me personally in a good way that might not benefit somebody else. But my hope is that Father Dyer, with all the good that he's going to do for Focus, with all the good that he's going to do for the church, the people of God, serving God, that he finds a way to stay connected to Jesuit High School, because we sure love him here, and I know he loves us back.
It's going to hurt.